welcome everyone to this little short masterclass on the personal automated trading software with Yanda. Mario, he is going to give you all a little lesson and insights on how you can trade and make your automated trading more successful, trading like the pros, but without having to do it manually. I mean, as you know, crypto markets, they don't sleep, they run 24/7. So for us humans to be monitoring them 24/7 and staying awake is near impossible unless we're going to start making some very bad mistakes and potentially losing some big profits. So without further ado, Mario, do you want to introduce the PATs and show us some stuff that we can do to start trading?
Oh, of course, yes. So PATS stands for Personal Automated Trading Software, and the personalization of it is the key. So we created this tool for giving the opportunity to the traders to do whatever they prefer, and to plan their investment in specific pairs with actions that are going to recur automatically within the time. So here we are. If you never accessed it, menu, personal automated trading software, you will be on that page. Now, first thing first, you need to decide which exchange are you going to use, and also within which market pair you're going to make your own trading strategies. So the decision of the exchange is definitely up to the traders. You can add from Bittrex to Yobit, and also the market pair is really specific. So this webinar is not aiming to make any recommendation on which currency to be used for trading. This is entirely up to you guys. For demonstration purposes, today we are going to start a strategy with Litecoin Bitcoin. I like Litecoin. So as you could see, I selected Binance on top, and then I selected my market pair, Litecoin Bitcoin. So let's break down now the tool of the PATS. On the top left of the screen, you can see the balance, and the balance is divided in 3 columns. So the first one is your total amount of Litecoin together with the total amount of Bitcoin. And then you have the Litecoin in strategies and the Bitcoin in strategies. So in here, in this column in the middle, you can see how much of your holding is actually traded right now. And then you have the third column, which contains the available currency for you to start a strategy on the PATS. If this amount is 0, or an amount which is not sufficient for you to start in automated trading strategies through your exchange, then it's not going to be possible for you to trade. If you do not have available currencies to trade, but you really want to use this pair, you can use the converter. So with the converter, you can always make a straight conversion from one currency to another one. Now, let's say that we are going to start a strategy with Litecoin Bitcoin. I really would like to start a strategy with Bitcoin. Why? I see the chart going down, and I believe that the price is going to recover a little bit. This is also shown within the order book forecast, which is the average price coming from the order book itself. Therefore, this is the place, the order book, where the prices are born. And therefore, next price is going to be quite surely contained within the order book list. So I rely on the fact that the order book is gonna bring the price up, but I can also see that the trend is definitely down. And it is a good opportunity for me to increase my stake of Litecoin. As you can see, I've just opened 87. And let me invest the full amount of Bitcoin that I have in this test account. What will I do? I will first select as the base asset the Bitcoin. So once I have selected my base asset, it means that this is the asset I'm going to use it for my initial purposes. I will invest 0.018. Let's make it fair. So I'm gonna put 0.018 Bitcoin in my first investment strategy with you today on the webinar, and this is it. So this is what my decision is. I invest Bitcoin, and I'm going to invest 0.018, right? Chris, do you have any questions so far now?
Nope, I haven't got any questions, but if any of you guys do, again, I just put a post in the chat so you can just ask a question there and we'll get around to answering it.
Cool. So the other thing, we're going to move in the next column, kicking price. So I recently saw that there are one user specifically that is not using it very well, and using the kicking price in a bad way, upside down, I would say, is gonna create losses for you guys. Therefore, kicking price is the price at which the strategy is going to start running. Therefore, it's going to be the price of conversion on buying Bitcoin into Litecoin. Every strategy, once it starts, immediately split the initial investment in two sides. One, in this case, is going to be staying into Bitcoin, and the other 50% is going to be immediately converted into Litecoin to create the opportunity and the space for the strategy to act in both sides when it has to sell and when it has to buy. So with the kicking price, you're going to basically tell to the strategy, wait up until the price is 0.0045. Why this number? So last price in a market pair is very important. If you set the kicking price at a higher price, it means that you're not going to get a great deal, aren't you? So the kicking price, that's obvious for many obvious reasons, should always be lower than the last price, especially in the case you want to buy Litecoin with Bitcoin. So you're not going to lose money when you start the strategy if the kicking price is lower than the last price. For this time, we don't want to wait the strategy to start at a certain time in the future. So we're not going to set the kicking price. I can easily switch on and off by clicking on this button. Then I must decide the stop loss in percentage. So this is entirely up to you. We allow traders, Yanda allows traders to set from 5% to 100% stop losses. In this case means if I set a stop loss at 25%, that means that if the Bitcoin price is going to, if the Litecoin price against the Bitcoin is going to go lower than the 25% since the beginning of the strategy, then the strategy will stop and will generate losses. Those losses are called stop loss. The higher the stop loss, the higher the space you give your strategy to breathe. The narrower, then the strategy will have less chances to operate in the long term, especially in pairs which are sensible to high fluctuations. So for this, for the purpose of today, I will put a stop loss of 25%. I think it's fair enough. And I will ask Chris now if there are any other questions coming from the first two columns of the PATS. Nope. So great, I can continue. Now, funny stuff. We need to expect some profits we want to generate from the sale, and some profits we want to generate from buying. What are we going to sell and what are we going to buy? We are going to sell Litecoin. We are going to buy Litecoin as well. So every time you read those, you need to read them in correlation of the first asset on the left of the pair. So we sell in the Litecoin Bitcoin market, we sell Litecoin and we buy Litecoin. Okay. When do we sell the Litecoin? When the price goes up. When do we want to buy the Litecoin? When the price goes down. That way, I can at the same time increase my stake of Bitcoin while the Litecoin price goes up. And I can increase at the same time the stake of my Litecoin, whether the price crashes. And if it goes up again, I will make more profits than I could have made if there was just one oscillation on the market. Now, let's see in practicality what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at the indices in here, especially at the volatility index and the volume. First of all, the volume is Litecoin Bitcoin is really good. So no doubt about it. In your case, if you want to invest in a low averaged currency with smaller volume and smaller price, be sure that at least the order book is complete. On many exchanges, you can find that many order books are not complete. I don't encourage you to enter in these kind of markets because the liquidity is the most important part of trading. If there is no liquidity, then you cannot either buy or sell. Now, for our purpose, I think that I expect the price to go up a little bit in the first place, and I will set my profits from sell at 0.4. Again, those are just indication. I'm not here to suggest what you need to do when setting up your profits from sell percentages and your profits from buy percentages. This is my opinion. I think that the price is going to go a little bit up before crashing for about 1% at least. So what I mean with that, I will always sell when there is an opportunity to make profits in Bitcoin of the 0.4%. And I will also buy at the same time if the price crashes 1% in order to collect and increase my stake of Litecoin. Okay? Then I don't know if it is clear enough, Chris, or if I can continue. Can I continue?
Yep. For me, it's clear. I kind of understand it. Guys, if there's anything that you don't understand on how the market buys and sells through steps 5 and 6, just let us know in the comments, or just you can unmute yourself quickly and just let us know. We've got a question from Daniel. I'm interested in the predictive indexes part. How can I take advantage of it? So can you tell us a little bit more about the predictive indexes and how that works on?
Thanks, Daniel. This is very important. I use them a lot. So let's make a difference between the order book forecast, which is a actual real-time forecast we get out from the information contained into the order book. Okay, so order book forecast up means that the average price of both ask and bid, so people that wants to buy and sell cryptocurrencies, are going to set, averaged, a price which is higher than the last price in the market. This is it. Then we have the time series analysis, Monte Carlo simulation, the 3-door games, and bias analysis. We are going soon to link some, at least in Vistopedia, link for sharing this information with you guys. So those are all predictive analytics, predictive indices that comes from the science, from the book. And if you are familiar with some quantitative finance or quantitative analysis, you will not struggle at all. At the end of this call, or maybe the beginning of next week, we can prepare an email with some links and maybe an article blog post that speaks about the indices. Then you will have it straight in front of you. As a matter of fact, from the BMA-bit analysis to the bias analysis, those are long-term predictive analytic indices. So they are not telling me that the price is going to go down immediately after, as the order book can tell, up to a certain precision. So you never have to rely 100% on what the predictive analytics are saying to you, but you can use them together with a common sense on the chart and together with the harmonic mean and volatility to understand whether the price can go up or down. My opinion is that the harmonic mean is also a good tool to understand the trend. In this specific scenario, we see that the harmonic mean is a little bit lower than the last price. It means that the predictive indices that tells me that the price goes down, in the long term, they might be true. And therefore, I want to sell a little bit high because the order book forecast anyway is telling me that the price goes up. But I also understand by reading all of these that the price can go down dramatically maybe. So what I do, I set myself a profit from buy of 1%. And so if the price is going to go down 1%, I will buy Litecoin and wait to resell them if the price goes up. Now, I started this strategy with Bitcoin, and therefore I will select Bitcoin for ending my strategies. You can also select Litecoin. And this can be a really good strategy for accumulating Litecoin. Let's say that you want to buy Litecoin right now, but you're not sure about the price. You're scared that the price of the Litecoin can go down, and you don't want to miss this opportunity. Then you can start the same strategies by selecting to end your strategy with Litecoin as soon as it reaches 1% of profits, maybe, can be good. My opinion is that I'd like to terminate my strategy in Bitcoin as soon as it scores the 0.4% of profits I'm expecting from the sale of the Litecoin. Now, I'll stop again, and maybe I went too far. There is just the last bit to explain upper and lower restart level, and then we can start the strategy and check how to monitor it. Chris, what do you think?
Yeah, that'd be good. Question from Douglas. What's a good standard setting for the profits from sell and profits from a buy? I think you just went over that a little bit more in detail. So if you still got a question on that, just say yes in the comments and we'll see if we can get something on there. Okay, he's happy. You answered the question for him. Perfect. All right, so any other questions on how the lock-in profits work? Like I said, like a question before the webinar started was like, not sure whether to terminate the strategy or not. The strategy will terminate automatically when it hits this lock-in profit level. So some days, if the market's not volatile, your strategies will just like hover. But it could be like one day you'll wake up and it would have hit lock-in profits. So you just got to bear with the strategy and trust in it for a few days if you don't see any movement.
Well, there are two advices on that, Chris, actually. So the first one is that terminating a strategy in automatic, it means that you set a good lock-in profit level. Don't be greedy. Greediness is against the trading rules. So there are a lot of people that scored over 30% of profits with just one strategies, and they patiently waited for it. If you are not so patient, and if you want to see quite quick results from your activity as an automated trader, then my suggestion is to keep low the lock-in profits level. That is going to give you also more flexibility in setting up your strategies on a daily base or weekly base or in a time frame which is very convenient for you guys. Instead of waiting and waiting for a strategy to close in 1 month, I can assure to you that if you compound the investment, and so you close the strategy and reinvest the full amount you profited, it can be much more profitable, and you can get better results in a shorter period of time. I don't know if it makes sense. Chris, tell me if I can continue or not in this sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense for me. Yeah, I'd move on to steps 9 and 10 for the upper and lower restart levels.
Now, the question, guys, you should make is like, if the profits goes down of 1%, all right, and they keep going down, when will I sell my Litecoin to make profits in Bitcoin? Well, the answer is never. The answer is never. Therefore, you should set up either a restart level, or you have to do that manually. So the restart level, and we were talking about in this case, is the lower restart level. So let's say that the price goes down, I buy my Litecoin and I score a profit of 1% on the sale, on the purchase I made of Litecoin. And then the price keeps going down. I miss opportunities, technically. So what I would do, if I want to get on the longer term, what shall I do? I shall put a lower restart level. A lower restart level at 1% means that if the price goes down 1% in Litecoin and keep going down of another 1%, when it reaches then this other 1% of drop, the strategy is going to reboot automatically. So it's a way to recover And it is also a way to accumulate. Now imagine if the price of the Litecoin keep going down, and all the time you restart, you score some little profits into Litecoin. This is great. It doesn't happen often, and you need to be very careful with that, because as soon as the strategy will restart, either from the lower or from the upper, you will score losses in the other currency of the pair until you don't recover them. And I give you a specific example. So we are still with the lower restart level. We are going to reboot the strategy at 1% after the initial drop of 1% where I bought. It means that I will sell Litecoin at an inferior price than the last time I bought them. And so while I'm accumulating Litecoin with these strategies, on the other hand, I'm losing on Bitcoin. This is a strategy which is risky, but it can give you a lot of profits when it comes to the accumulation of Litecoin in this case. But if I close that and I open the upper restart level and I set it at 0.4, it means that if the price goes up of 0.4% and keeps going up, I will never sell the Bitcoin again for the Litecoin, so I will stop leveraging on Litecoin with my Bitcoin to make profits. And therefore, I would set up a upper restart level, which means that if the price goes up and goes still up of another 0.4%, the strategy will reboot. In this case, you're going to make some more profits in Bitcoin, but you will lose into Litecoin. For this purpose, I am confident without putting any restart level. So I don't know, Chris, if I explained myself properly, maybe there are questions. So
we haven't got any questions on the upper and lower restart level at the moment. If you do, again, just stick them in the comments. But we do have a couple of questions. One from Daniel. How does it deal with the fees? You can lose if the fees are above the profit.
So fees are never above profits. We always calculate the fees on the 20% of your profits. So it's not going to be possible to happen. Plus, if your strategy score losses, Yanda refunds you all the fee paid for the strategy. I don't know if that was the actual question.
He means the fees from the exchange.
Oh, right. When you trade with Yanda, fees from the exchanges are already took into consideration. So when we say 0.4% of profits, this is net from the fees. So the algorithms in background makes the calculation for you, so we don't have to do the heavy lifting all together and manually for calculating the fee all the time. Each exchange has got different fee for different tiers of accounts, so you should really look into yours. When it comes to paying more fees than the profits, this is not going to happen because the bot is set for avoiding this part.
Cool. That's explained well and understood. And another question from Legolas. Is it possible to make at least 1 to 3% overall growth on your portfolio a day?
I didn't do. If you want, my average is 0.12%, which in a year and a half made me a plus 64, 65%, I don't remember, but this is my average. It's 0.11, 0.12. You should see it in a different way. It might be. If there was a case I made even 15% in a day, but I mean, it's rare. You cannot really rely on this high number.
Yeah, it's like some days I might make 0.5 or 1%, and then I might not make anything for 2-3 days. So it always averages out at a lower one, but it's, you're not going to get that anywhere else really.
No, look, the thing is that the automated trading strategies you make, they should be really part of a little bigger scheme that you have in mind. And my one is to reinvest all the time what it profits from the strategy. So for instance, if we are now going to invest this amount of Bitcoin and tomorrow I will have 0.02 as the result of this strategy, I will reinvest my 0.02 altogether. So when I will make profits, I will continue making more profits, even if the percentage stays the same And my suggestion, therefore, again, for you is to keep your lock-in profits level low. It makes your account with Yanda more manageable, and you don't have to wait a long time for high results, which you can make more regularly by starting more strategies.
Another question has come in from Daniel. What are the advantages of using Yanda instead of Bitscap, for example?
I never traded on Bitscap.
Me neither.
You do. So I cannot really tell the difference. I can tell you the advantages of working with Yanda is giving you the freedom of operating as you want. It gives you the copy trading strategy features that for novices traders is really convenient. And in 4 weeks, we're planning to make some big surprise. Actually, today we can announce that we recently signed a partnership.
Sure, you want to announce that now?
Well, I mean, we have.
No, go on, then, we will. We can announce it. Why not? We can make it public.
We're going to go AI. So this is going to be something that is going to make us different even more compared to the other platform. We're going to start a roadmap of AI algorithms that are going to enhance the stake of your trading onto Yanda. We're going to start with simple price predictions, and we're going to reach a level in 2 months' time, I think, where you can get the predictive analytics also from the sentiment analysis coming from the news, all together with some portfolio rebalancing tool and black swan alarm, if we can call them. Anomalies alarm is better than black swan. Black swan is too much. It's anomaly alarms on AI, together with other cool set of tools that are going to allow you to optimize the parameters of the strategies with just input manually. We will have a 2 or 3 clicks features for that works with AI that is gonna put an optimization of your parameters. Plus, you will be able also to play with the artificial intelligence algorithm in a drag and drop interface, which is going to make more convenient for you the impact of the artificial intelligence. Maybe that's something that is differentiate quite a lot, especially because the partnership we have with this company that we are going to announce quite soon, nobody else has it.
Definitely. I just want to point out as well, like I just looked at Bitscap as your example, Daniel, and they charge like a monthly fee as well. So with Yanda, we don't charge any monthly subscriptions for automating your trading with us. So you only pay on profits. So if your strategy doesn't profit, you don't pay any fees. So that's another thing that stands us out from everybody else as well. We believe in like you pay for performance, which I don't know of any other company that's doing that right now.
We're going to have also some cool stuff going on during this year. We recently received an investment from 2 venture capital firms. Therefore, we are obsessively working on the product. We have a team of proper engineers and data analysis guys that are on top of what you're doing to improve the experience. And Chris actually is sweating a lot for achieving a better results on the user experience. User experience is the key of this 2020 for us. And together with some features from AI and also some sleek different interface and an adjustment on the user interface, we're going to provide a better service. Or we already do anyway. Numbers are here. Let me ask if I can finally start this Bitcoin strategy versus the line.
Yep, we've got no more questions coming in, so just hit that green button.
Cool, new strategy. Now, you should read that carefully. So those are the parameters you're going to start your strategy with. If there is an A, it means that the parameter is not selected. So I started a strategy in Bitcoin. The initial investment is 0.018, 25% stop losses, 1% from buy, 0.4% from sell. I will try to end my strategy with Bitcoin when the profits reach 0.4%. The fee is $0.13, so really low. If I want to share my strategy with all the people at Yanda so they can copy it, and I can get the fee for myself if someone copies it, 100% of the fees, I leave that like it is. If you don't want other people to copy your strategy because it's super secret and nobody has to know it, untick that. I leave ticked. So maybe someone of you who wants to invest in Litecoin and Bitcoin can copy. Read the disclaimer before you start this new strategy. So do not refresh the page when you see that, please. Okay, Zoom is faster than Hangouts of Meet. Hangouts was getting stuck all the time. My page is done now. Okay, cool. Now we have started a strategy that you can find easily on the bottom of the page of the paths, but I prefer to watch them in a more global scale. So I'll go back, menu, trading dashboard, and there's promotion of the day. And here it is. This is my Litecoin Bitcoin strategy, just started at an initial investment of 0.18, which is equal to 3.81 Litecoin. So the current balance, as I mentioned to you before, is split in two sides. 0.0009 Bitcoin and 1.9 and some Litecoin more. When the strategy is going to perform, you will see changes in here. So you will see a profit side in Litecoin and Bitcoin, or in both, if your balance is 50-50 split in the two sides. You can always tweak your strategy, and if someone is going to copy your strategy from Twitter, you can post that on social media. And anyway, you can earn money by your affiliate program. So if you refer your friends, you're going to get how much, Chris? Can you explain that?
I think it's still, you earn 10% of the top-ups for life, right?
Let's go on the page. It's still, yes.
You earn 10% on every top-up that they make. So if they put $100 in, you get $10 in commissions to pay for your Yanda trading. If they top up the following month with $20, you'll get 10% of that, $2. Yep. So it works like that. So what's this special deal we got? What's the hamburger? Is it National Hamburger Day?
Yes, today is Hamburger Day. So let me refresh the page. So we're going to see something in the dashboard.
The other thing, a question from Daniel as well. So whilst that's loading. So when people copy me, I get 100% of their fees, and Yanda does not get anything.
Nothing.
Is that right? Yeah, Daniel, we don't get anything. You'll get the 100% of the fees for that for them copying your trading strategy. So today's Hamburger Day. Nice.
So today, $250 worth of credit are just for $100. So if you want to
just on the credits as well. So yeah, like if you $100 that you can buy, you get 250. But just on the credits, like how can you work the credits out to like how much that would pay for in trading automation fees?
So you need 2 times 5. So if you buy $100 of credit, you have enough to score a net profits of gross profits of $500. It's going to make $500. A $400.
So if you bought the offer today?
Well, with the offer today is 250 times 5, which makes 1,250 gross, which is $1,000 profits net. Yeah.
So that's pretty good. So if top up with $100 today, and you won't need to top up again until you've made what, $1,000 in profits.
You need to be good. Before you need to learn, guys, on how to use the paths, or either to copy. I mean, the proposal we make is not based on the fact that we want to be fair or something. Obviously, we're a company, so we ought to earn, so we can continue putting the service up and running. The main thing is that we married a cause when we started working within blockchain and cryptocurrencies back in 2015, which is the approach of the shared economy. So yes, Daniel, we do not get anything when someone copies your strategy, because that is your own strategy. And in the future, we're going to make some improvement to our credits. I cannot say anything right now, but we are very well into blockchain. The full credit works on a private blockchain, which is used just for internal purposes now. In the future, there will be some surprises.
All right. Has anybody got any questions about anything that we've discussed during tonight's little masterclass? I'll give you a couple of minutes to, or a few seconds even. Oh, something strange happened with the trader that became the top leader. Yeah, this was just what we were going on about earlier with the. Do you want to explain briefly what could have happened there?
And I apologize for that. So what we're going to do probably is, well, this is a personal automated trading software, so technically you can do whatever you want. This guy spotted, and we actually thanks him, a small glitch within the kicking price. Because if I will put, let's go on a simple pair, which is going to make sense for all of you guys. So Bitcoin USDT, okay. If I start a strategy right now with whatever Bitcoin amount, the price is going to float between 9,458 and 9,458, right? So it's going to be 9,458, 9-ish. Now, if I put a kicking price and I will select that I will start a strategy at $20,000, I will immediately sell my, I will immediately, if I started with USDT, what I will do, I will buy Bitcoin at $20,000. The order book is allowing me to do so because the exchanges, they don't put you a limit if you want to buy at a higher price. Therefore, this user, which we thank him for using the platform, and maybe he shall know that, by putting a kicking price higher than the last price, he set a higher initial price from which he started to calculating the profits in Bitcoin when it bought back. So if now I put 100,000 as initial price for buying Bitcoin with an USDT strategy, and I will put profits from buy at 0.4%, then the calculation is going to be taking into consideration this amount at which I bought initially and rebought at this price, which is 100 times less than this one. That's why this guy you see on the leaderboard. The thing is that we couldn't let him win the trading challenge because that wasn't fair for the others. But for you guys, we did also this webinar with this specific purpose. Never put the kicking price higher than the last price, please.
Yeah. That's the only trader that's done that. All the other ones below, even though they got high profits being scored on a percentage, they've been with us since 2017, 2016 trading, I believe. So their scores are.
Yeah, the other are fine. I'll show you the difference. So clearly, this guy is the one that is. We need to do something here. So if we look.
Oh wow! I haven't even looked at the leaderboard today. He's got 3 streaks. He's done that 3 times.
It's like, we need to listen that. So if you look at the account of Hannibal, this guy is the best actually we have on the platform. You can see that all the strategies he started make sense. There is no 1,000 profits, but it ran 358 strategies with an average profits of 1.13% on each of those. If we go on the profile of 1,000% of profits, you see that there is something wrong. So we're still a startup. So I encourage all of you to let us know if you spot some glitches and nonsenses like this. We are always on top for fixing all the stuff. This is a mere calculation issues that comes when we're reading the balance, so nothing that goes wrong with the trading itself.
Cool. So, we got no more questions there. I've got no more questions.
I think it's a wrap.
I think it's a wrap on this one. So it was a good masterclass. I enjoyed that one. Guys, do you want us to do more masterclasses like this on other parts, like copy trading or any other sections that we've got connecting APIs or anything like that? Yes. All right, we've got those in. And everyone that is on the call, have you already got an account with Yanda and got your APIs connected?
I can tell so for
Yes. If you haven't, just and you want some help, just reach out to us on our Telegram channel, and we can offer you some help on that, on getting set up. It looks like everyone's got an account and everybody's set up, so that's great.
One special mention, I would say that during this call we had the fortune of having again Belfegori. It's one of our more resistant users with us since long. So hi, I'm happy that you're still with us and following us. I'm very, very happy when I see your name. I hope that you're still making profits and you're happy with us, as well as all the new guys, Daniel and Legalos and all the other people that interacted with us today. Thank you so much for your participation. Please be sure, rest assured that if you write us on Telegram, we'll do the best to reply to you. If Telegram is not suitable for you, you can drop us an email at info@yanda.io or at support@yanda.io, which is even better.
All right, let's give that one a wrap then. Thank you very much, guys. And keep an eye out. We'll let you know when the next masterclass or webinar is going to be. All right, and have a good evening.